right, let's check this out. See what we think about it. Game engine footage. This reminds me of a Battlefield 4 map. Maybe. Those cannons look so beast.
Support is on the way.
Hello, hello. Hi. Just watching the trailer, hang on. Oh, he stole his sword. Wake Island remark. Yeah. Well, I guess DICE are back to making good trailers again, at least. But I guess we'll have to wait for them to get back to making good games again, because, yeah. I mean, it's still going to be the same game with different maps, some new weapons, some new vehicles, obviously. But personally, as of now, Battlefield 5 as a game is just not that much fun. They're back to being historically correct, I believe. Also, I don't know enough about World War II history. This caught my eye. This was the first thing. There was a lot of things that caught my eye. This caught my eye. Let me see. Like this long stick when he has an explosive device or whatever on a long stick to take out the tank. That's here, I think, right? That thing. Never seen that. That's probably in some movies or whatever, but I've never seen that. That looks kind of cool. You get a tiny bit of the limpet charge vibe, or like the dynamite vibe, whatever, limpet charge, you throw the limpet and all that, well, the epicness happens afterwards. This kind of, you could do some kind of cool things with this as well, I guess, but I the one thing that it's meant to, it's like it's this build up to where the plane is hit by the V1 rocket or JB2 rocket or whatever. It's like, really, did you have to put it there? It's like I was like, come on, we didn't need that kind of fantasy bullshit. Like, yeah, sure, it did happen in game that the V1 rocket hit the plane, but I don't know. Like, what I would want to see? What I would really want to see is, when it comes to the V1 rocket, is what the British pilots did in order to prevent the V1 rockets from actually hitting. That would be cool. Like when they fly, instead of shooting the V1 rockets, because they get all the debris in their face, they just flew next to the V1 rocket, and then they flipped the plane so that the wing of the Spitfire hits the wing of the V1 rocket, so it crashes earlier than, so it crashes into the water instead of in London. I'd like to see that. Like they could do, but this, it's like, oh, that's so cool. Like, you see why? Like, sure, it looks cool, and from a technical point of view, that's probably amazing, like really hard to do and whatever. It looks really cool and all that. But like when you're playing this game, and when you think about experienced pilots in World War II, or when you're flying yourself a lot, if you actually see that rocket and you see, it's gonna hit my plane in 5 seconds, what do? You don't open up that hatch and then jump out and with your parachute. No, you make a turn and you avoid being hit by the rocket. And to me, that thought process happens instantly. Like the moment I see that, I instantly think that. Like I don't have to go through the thought process the way it sounds when I'm speaking. It's like, to me, that's just like, oh, that's about as stupid to me as the painting and the metal hand in the previous trailer. It's like, dude, you see this V1 rocket? It looks like it's gonna hit my plane. You make a turn. You you don't jump out. It's like, yeah, I jumped out just before it hit my plane. That V1 rocket. No. So it's like, if something hits your plane and blows up your plane, it happens in a way that you don't like, unless you survive the impact and then you bail out when your plane is crashing, then otherwise you're dead. You don't like, trajectory, okay, you have all this time to open up and jump out and then it blows up. No, that doesn't happen, because then if you have all that time, you make a turn instead. But yeah, whatever. They would tip it wing to wing. Yeah. They would tip it wing to wing. Yeah, because in the beginning, I've seen this from a documentary or whatever. In the beginning, the Spitfire pilots shot the V1 rockets down, but it was too risky because of all the debris that ended up in, destroying the Spitfire or whatever. So they eventually, the experienced pilots, they changed the tactics, and they went there and flipped. Crashed the V1 rockets by tipping it with a wing. Limpet on a stick. Was there a limpet? It really does look great, though. And after that, check out Hell Let Loose. All right. I have a good one, Old School. Sorry, I was late. Matti ruins everything. Did I overanalyze things now? Was that what I did? The sword scene was kind of cool. This scene was kind of cool. This was a lot cooler. And this cave looks insane. These cannons look kind of badass. I think about the cannons on Neveroni. It's like it's a fiction, I think, from World War II, but well, in the movie those cannons were a lot bigger though, but yeah. Apparently it was a last resort tactic. Okay, really? When they ran out of ammo, or they did it because they ran. I thought they did it because they didn't want to have their debris in their face.
That do you know that thing we were talking about, the limpet on a stick?
Oh no! Okay, no. I was talking about when the pilots wanted to avoid when they didn't shoot down the V1 rocket when they flipped when they. Oh, but yeah, that's another thing. But that limpet on the stick, I didn't even know it was a limpet though. But
it's not. It's called a boomstick.
Oh, okay.
I thought boomsticks were shotguns.
Possibly. But no, that was a last resort tactic.
All right. Well, again, they're back to making good trailers. You know, when Americans fight the Japanese, you see there are, well, as far as I know, well, you see Caucasians fighting Asians. I guess that's historically correct. Even though in World War II there was a lot of Afro Americans in. Or no, wait. It was in Vietnam that the black people started serving in America, right? Because back in World War II, it was still the whole racist thing.
It wasn't. In World War I and World War II, they had a regiment called the Harlem Hellfighters. I think they were the 600 and something regiment. Yeah. And they were mainly, they fought for the Americans and they fought for the French in World I and II.
Okay, I knew about them in World War One, but not so much in World War II. But like, were they like the Harlem Hellfighters? Is there any documentation about them fighting the Japanese specifically, or?
I'm not sure if they fought the Japanese. I just know that in World War II, they fought alongside the French before they were. Sorry, let me Google that shit because sometimes in case somebody calls me out, let me Google it.
Ironically, yes, they did.
They fought the Japanese.
But
imagine we start bringing that up now with all this, political correctness drama. It's like, yeah, hey, there were black people fighting the Japanese. This trailer is racist.
Although not listed as a New York National Guard unit, it was deployed overseas and participated in labor and security operations in the Southwest Pacific area, along with the rest of the 93rd Infantry, occupied Morotai in Dutch New Guinea. Limited combat.
Okay. Well, battlefield games are not really based on limited combat, though. But yeah.
Precisely.
Yeah. All right. Well, we've had enough of those discussions, I guess, anyway. So, well, again, what can I say? The trailer looks good. DICE are back to making good trailers. I'm not surprised. They've always made good trailers in the past, except for the the earlier Battlefield 5, in my opinion. So, yeah.
Well, I think Battlefield 5 still sucks. So.
Yeah, well, yeah. Basically, this entire community kind of thinks that's why we are joining together, I guess. Everyone that there's still a quite decent community of Battlefield 1 players who just no, Battlefield 5, that we tried it, been there, done that, don't like it. It's just boring, in my opinion, still. It looks cool, but it's just boring.
No atmosphere to it.
Yeah.
That's all. And also no kid switching.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the stream, and I hope I'll catch you again tomorrow. So, yeah. So you came in late there. We just came in as the stream ends, but yeah, it happens.